In October 2005, Gateway House of Prayer began with a small team of 15 people centered around simple and pure devotion to Jesus. Just 3 years later, in November 2008, we launched into vibrant 24/7 worship and prayer around the clock. Today, we celebrate a decade of God's faithfulness in raising up a strong army of 225 volunteers committed to filling 2-hour blocks of time fueled by the fire of God's presence. We are so thankful for this beautiful, diverse family representing 40 different churches from across our region. We are also grateful for the 50 different worshipers committed to bringing extravagant praise through live worship, releasing a sound that's creating an open heaven over our region. 212 interns have been equipped and trained through 11 different internships. We celebrate all those that have graduated and were empowered through SEER, AFI, KFI, and now Embark internships. Our goal remains the same. Honor Jesus Christ day and night in worship and prayer to see personal and regional transformation here and to the nations. The prayers of this house are saturating the spiritual atmosphere and filling the bowls of heaven, awakening purpose and destiny in individuals, families, schools, and workplaces. We are truly standing on the shoulders of the many heroes of the faith that have been praying right here in Lancaster County for hundreds of years. They did not receive the things promised, but only saw and welcomed them from a distance. We are the fulfillment of their prayers, and what we're about to see will be the fulfillment of their prayers.
Only God could allow us to do something like this. Since that time, there's been nothing short of an entire army of people that have given of themselves sacrificially for the purpose of the Gateway House of Prayer, and I am extremely thankful for that.
As I reflect on us actually doing night and day prayer for 10 years, I can only attribute it to the grace of God.
We believe that it is not time to retire, but to refire. Our goal at Gateway is to leave a spiritual legacy for those coming behind us.
Growing up in Gateway, I have memories of, from a very young age, my parents throwing us literally in sleeping bags and putting us under chairs while they would do all-night prayer. And so that for me really began the foundation of why I valued prayer and worship and why I wanted to pursue it when I was a little bit older.
My story of the House of Prayer is just pure joy and intimacy with the Lord. Growing up in the House of Prayer since I was a teenager, it was one of those things that I never thought I would get to the place that I'm at today as a worship leader and as someone that could direct a team to give honor and glory to the King.
My niche is praying for and praying with believers and even non-believers. Whoever comes in, it releases me in worship. I love to worship. It's just a part of my nature.
Worship in such a way that I could sing prayers over people and see healing has also allowed me to lead people in spontaneous worship, which I've seen minister to not only me, but to other people too, which is awesome. At age 11, I got involved with worship. I was terrible, and God really took that time while I was in the House of Prayer to help develop those skills and to really understand the heart behind worship. Why do we get up on the stage and sing and play an instrument? Well, that was all really cultivated in my time at Gateway. He meets you there and he encounters you there, and just so many life-altering experiences.
When you finally catch just a small glimpse of how big His love is for you, it uproots any power of darkness and undermines anything that the enemy tries to throw your way.
And I've got a new passion, a new boldness to tell people about Jesus that I have never had before.
It's been a journey, lots of prayer, and it's just awesome how God worked. We were wanting a child, but He used us in a different way, which we did not see at first. And then eventually He answered that prayer too.
While people laid their hands on me and prayed earnestly, God took my headache away right then and there and healed my vision a couple days later.
When you walk into Gateway, you can just feel just a peace and the presence of the Lord in that building. The Arts Watch for me has been sort of like sitting in a greenhouse. I can't think of a single week where I haven't had an opportunity to really dive in and explore the depths of the things that I've learned.
Being involved in the Night Watch for years, no, it's not always easy and fun to get up in the middle of the night to go to Night Watch. However, when I return home, I always feel like it's time well spent. In fact, there have been too many times God has spoke to me in the middle of the night, given me answers and blessings besides. I have no plans to quit.
I'd heard about the Business Watch and just knew that season of my life I needed to be spending some more time in prayer. And we have a business board in there that has over 100 different business cards, and we'd spend time praying over those businesses. And often the Lord just gives words of knowledge for us and for our businesses, and it's just a great time of encouragement.
The way I've grown as a worshiper from Gateway isn't through just through music, and it isn't just through the way I worship, but it's in the fact that worship has become my lifestyle now. It wasn't until I came to Gateway that I fully got to experiment and try new things with worship. I started just by playing piano myself, and I did that on and off for a while. I wouldn't be the Christian I am today and have the relationship with God that I do now without Gateway House of Prayer.
Gateway rocks.
I love Gateway House of Prayer.